is up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the WWE 12 Road to WrestleMania series for the Wii. I'll talk about the story of why wasn't this done on March 10th when we get into the first part. Alright, we are back, and of course, we're playing as Sheamus. Now, of course, I'm going to see if we can beat the Road to WrestleManias in one sit-through. So, of course, we are starting off with Sheamus. Now, you may ask, why wasn't this done on March 10th? I'm about to give you a story, so of course I would need you all to get ready. Okay, so originally, I was going to work on this after lunchtime on March 10th, which was the Monday day. But of course, my other phone, the one that had a lot of music and pictures, and of course I don't have it, and of course the one that it still has screen cracks, after I accidentally threw it off the trampoline, I think it was around towards late summer period of 2021. And of course I'll get more into that after I get to the next match. Alright. On to the next match. And of course we're going up against Brian Danielson. So anyways, let me fix this. Alright. So back to the story about why I wasn't able to do this on March 10th. Because my phone wouldn't turn on, and because another thing about the other phone, minus the screen cracks from August of 2021, the volume button, of course, was removed, and I lost it back in July of 2021. I mean, not 2020, in July of 2021, in July of 2023. And then, of course, the case, which at the time had a Sonic case, that broke off, I would say, around 2024, I believe. And of course, it wouldn't turn on. And of course, now, of course, the phone I'm using for this recording, and of course, I've used it for various recordings, is the one where I get texts from my mom and dad. Whether it's a big deal, like example, when Dad is at the pub, when I'm forced to stay home for the next few hours until Mum is back. While the other one is of course the phone that I use to listen to music. And of course I got the new one, and I still do that. So of course, I'll talk more about that in the next week's segment. Alright, so of course, my phone wouldn't turn on that Monday, which of course, that had the Logan Tito Chili School skit. Like, of course, what's playing, because I cannot put Disney Plus playing on the PS5 TV, because I could end up with a copyright claim from Disney Junior. Yeah, and Disney in general. So, of course, I would say that is the only way to avoid copyright. Right. Oh, cutscene time. Alright. So now we're in a tag team match. So weaken the Miz in the ring, as we're playing as William Regal. Anyways, so because of this, I felt defeated. And of course, I just wasn't in motivation of making that video. Yeah. And then, of course, the new phone, which is, of course, playing JD's Rand from AEW Dynasty. And of course, that's the phone I will be taking later, because at the time of this recording, I gotta go with my mom later for a drive. But of course it did arrive the very next day. So because of this, but of course I still couldn't make a video because I was busy with the WWE 2K22 WrestleMania, with the WWE 2K25 WrestleMania. Okay. we're back! And of course, we got to defeat Jack Swagger, aka Jake Hager, in the ring. Anyways, back to where was I? So, of course, I needed to, of course, focus on recording WrestleMania, the 2K25 WrestleMania. Yeah. And then, of course, I had to do the same thing for the WWE Draft. Some Raw and SmackDowns before Saturday Night Main Event. And then, of course, before Backlash. And, of course, I still do need to put in, of course, update the Raw and SmackDown shows prior to the Backlash event. And of course, more likely, because later today, I have to get working with tomorrow's episode of Monday Night Raw, where of course we are starting to build Clash at the Castle, which is on May 10th. And then of course, I gotta make a wrap offline video for the Super Roman Reigns Nick channel. As it's gonna be a busy day. Okay. Never mind the fact that it's gonna be a very busy day in 10 days, because it's my 25th birthday. Okay, so of course I'd like to get this done before my birthday. Cutscene time. Alright. We're now going up against the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Of course, I do want to catch up with the WWE product about what happened while I was taking a break from the WWE 12 from making the Nick Place videos. Of course, Cena and Cody has had the last 3 promo battles, and that was on Raw the following week. Then, of course, in Glasgow and then in London. And, of course, I gotta say that the first promo battle is making me think that John Cena could end up winning at WrestleMania. And I'm still going with that, because of what could happen after that. Because we're looking at Cody Rhodes, well, not Cody Rhodes, we're looking at John Cena, Randy Orton at Backlash. Then CM Punk at either Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. If Roman Reigns is SummerSlam, it's going to be the match at SummerSlam. So meaning Punk, and of course Punk is getting the main event at WrestleMania, which we're going to talk about in a moment. Then of course AJ Styles at Clash in Paris because it's France. And of course AJ was so over in France last year, despite being a heel. Because alongside Roman Reigns, doing his undisputed WWE, he was so over because crowd popped every time he appears. And of course, I don't know what will happen with Cody after that, but because the only thing I can think of is perhaps a grudge feud with Drew McIntyre, a grudge feud with Randy Orton, and then maybe a match with The Rock. And I'll talk more of that later on in the next week. Alright, so now we have another 6-man tag team match. Yay. Another 6-man tag team match. Another 6-man tag. Anyways, but of course for Cody Rhodes, after he loses the undisputed WWE Championship, I think we're looking at Cody being a part of various feuds like Drew McIntyre, if they are not going to be sending Drew over to Raw, because an idea would be that after WrestleMania, because I don't know what's left for Drew to do, and what is he going to do with John Cena as champion, because John and Drew, and while I wouldn't mind the match, because had they did CM Punk, the triple threat match this year, but instead of Roman Reigns, it would be with Gunther, and Roman was going to fight Drew, I would have assumed that if triple threat with Gunther, Punk, and Seth was going to happen, I would assume that Cena and Drew would have been in the final 2 at the Elimination Chamber, meaning Roman would have costed Drew the title, the shot at challenging Cody Rhodes, because of what he's been doing since his return in December, because he started the whole Bloodline storyline. But of course that thing was dropped for nothing. And of course they could get a chance to revisit it after WrestleMania, maybe. I'd like to assume that, but I have to ask, why did we need Priest versus Drew? Of course, if you wanted Priest on WrestleMania, then you could have just did a multi-man match for the United States Championship. But of course, you would have had Shinsuke Nakamura, meaning he would have never lost the title, LA Knight, Andrade, Kamala Hayes, Jacob Fatu, and Damian Priest, Jimmy Uso, and possibly Braun Strowman. Meaning it would have been an 8-man ladder match for the United States Championship. That's just my opinion. and what it could have been. And of course, I'm about to run. Wait, was that the way we would need it to do? Alright, so I'm back. And of course, I think I want to do a rant about Carmelo Hayes' booking. Because I am so sick and tired of Carmelo Hayes being booked disgustingly on the main roster. And he's perhaps the biggest bust on the main roster. And it's not even his fault. Because how do you got a guy who had some great matches with Andrade last year, even though they may have gotten stale and repetitive. And of course, coming out of the triple threat match at Crown Jewel, well, he's done absolutely nothing but feuding with Braun Strowman. And of course, he's been nothing but a glorified enhancement talent. And of course, I used to call Triple H Vince McMahon 2.0. But I think, honestly, after the ending of Dynasty last week, with AEW dropping the ball on not giving Swerve the title and ending the Death Rider storyline, I think Tony Khan is Vince McMahon 2.0, while Triple H is Vince McMahon 3.0, with how horribly built this WrestleMania season has been. Oh, cutscene time. Alright, so now let's get back to the ranting about Carmelo Hayes. This is poor booking on the main roster. Of course, he may be in some high-profile matches coming out of the best of 7 suits. Like, of course, a second match with the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. A second match with Randy Orton. And now he's been teamed with The Miz. And now he's more likely not going to be a part of WrestleMania. But yet, we got Solo Sikoa getting a spot over Carmelo Hayes. As if people want to see Orton solo again. As if we didn't see enough of this last summer. Well, when Owens, Orton, and Cody were feuding with the new bloodline. And because we all speculated that this was going to be heading to The Rock versus Cody Rhodes. It's based off The Rock's return at Bad Blood. But because Rock got injured when he was filming a movie to the point he couldn't work SummerSlam, then of course you got... And of course, that return at Bad Blood was just to say, fuck CM Punk's main event spot. And the fact they're going... Now granted, if they didn't want to go with a new superstar like a Rusev or a Malachi Black, because then that would mean that Orton would have to take a loss because he's getting built up for a match with John Cena at Backlash. And Solo is nothing but a glorified enhancement talent. Just look at his... Because he's been pretty much directionless after losing to Roman Reigns at the first Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And the fact he's getting a spot at WrestleMania, but Carmelo Hayes does not, is the levels of absurdity. And proving my point that Triple H is Vince McMahon 3.0. And if you don't like it, do me a favor, go climb Mount Everest and come back with something intelligible to say. Alright, back to what I was saying. And now they got Carmelo Hayes in the tag team with The Miz. Just judging by that, I would not be surprised if Carmelo Hayes is gone from the WWE by the end of 2025. I mean, I would be surprised if he's still employed by next year's WrestleMania. Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge Carmelo Hayes fan, and I want him to succeed. And this booking of him is proven why I want to get excited for Malachi Black and Rusev, but they're going to end up in the same role he's in, that Carmelo Hayes is in right now. Same thing with Ricky Starks when he gets called up to the main roster. I have another 2 rants, and it's about this year's WrestleMania season. Well, actually, I gotta say this, I've not done yet. But yeah, if Solo versus Randy is the best you got for Randy Orton at WrestleMania, the man who is set to fight John Cena at Backlash, should Cena win, because I think it's probably going to be Drew and Cody as the post-WrestleMania feud, should Cody retain. But of course, with Cena being advertised for most of SmackDowns and being advertised for Clash in Paris and Saturday Night Main Event in May, I think he's winning. I have a feeling. But then where does Cody go? Because I said it moments ago. A grudge feud with Drew McIntyre grudge feud with Randy Orton and then a match with The Rock. If The Rock wants to go do that match. Because Cody said he's only got 2 matches left. Cody and his match with Cody and Roman are his only 2 matches left. Anyways, to another rant, which is why is both women's mid-card championships not being defended on this year's WrestleMania? Now, of course, this is a mistake. Now, granted, even though the match may not be, even though the build may be nonsensical, but this is your mid-card champions, and those champions, as we speak, has not gone a PLE spot since the introduction back in November and December. Back in November for both. Alright, so now we got Drew McIntyre and Rey Mysterio. So back to my women's mid-card championship rant. Even though it's probably going to end very quickly. But yeah, how do you got Bayley Lyra, that could have been a one-on-one match, or hell, even a triple threat, if they were going to continue the Rock and Bayley thing. Which, I'm wondering, why did that get dropped for nothing? Why couldn't they just wrestle, maybe in a stipulation match? But yeah, they're going to be fighting for the Tag Team Champions, and their match was wasted on Monday Night Raw. Chelsea Green, she's going to be competing on WrestleMania SmackDown in a meaningless 6-woman tag. And I think it's time that someone needs to say it. I mean, some people have been saying it on social media, that the Women's Intercontinental and the Women's United States Championship are nothing but a consolation prize. Alright, we have another rant to go through, and that is New Day vs. Viking Raiders having a WrestleMania match, but the Street Profits does not. Yet, where are all the people saying that ever since they split both tag team titles up and prior to the Royal Rumble this year, when this is the first time the tag team champions has been defended, ever since those titles were split, and ever since WrestleMania 40. But yeah, people are saying, why is the New Day needed on the WrestleMania card? And because where were these people saying that the tag team division Then the second thing, and another thing, imagine, well, I'm going to talk more about that after this sec. Alright, so I'm back on my drive with with Mom. So what was the objective again? And of course, this was the part where, of course, I did do the series back in 2018. But of course, I gave up due to, I think it was this fight that forced me to not do it again. Anyways, where was I as far as the WrestleMania rant? Oh, never mind. We'll talk about the next match. Oh, you versus Spammer. At least it wasn't that bad. Hahaha, you missed. Now we're gonna fix the problem. Finally, next scene. Alright, so back to the WrestleMania rant. Oh, I need to fix. Okay, so I'm back. So, okay. Where was I? The Women's Mid-Card Championship not having a title defense. But yet, El Grano Maricana and Solo Sikoa both get a spot. El Grano Maricana. Yes, because while I was away, a week after my phone broke, the other phone, El Grano Maricana made his of course, made his WWE debut. And now he's set for a WrestleMania match with Rey Mysterio, which is a match you would see on WWE Main Event. And this match is getting a spot, but yet they can't find a spot for the WWE Tag Team Champions and both Women's Intercontinental Champion. Am I missing something? Alright, so we got W. I mean, just judging by what's been going on while I was away, this WrestleMania season could be shaping up to be... This WrestleMania could be shaping up to be just as, if not worse, than WrestleMania 32. Or hell, I'd even say it would be just as worse than WrestleMania 27. How do you go from a very good main event on night 2 last year to an absolute disaster of a Road to WrestleMania this year? Alright. We're back and we got Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. Don't know why is the Wii graphics looking different, because I've been away for this for the last few weeks, all over the course of the last month, so at the time this is going up. And by the way, Easter is next weekend, which be on the lookout for that, as we could be looking at, of course, at the time this is going up, I'd probably say I'd put this up on Sunday, then we could do the other two, perhaps the other one on Tuesday, if I got enough time. Because I have a WWE 13 series to do after we're done. Because I'd like to get both games done in time before my birthday. Because it's sad that I won't be able to get these done before WrestleMania 40. Before WrestleMania 41. What? That was a very good reversal. I'll give him credit. And we were able to win. Alright guys, we are back. So, of course, we got Wade Barrett versus The Big Show. Of course, both WWE 13 and WWE 12 should not really be a big difference, considering that it's just pretty much the same. As there we go. I believe we gotta do everything until we get to the X button. And because I believe they said that there will be 6 chapters, meaning of course it should be 7. If you're counting the Attitude Era, if you're counting off, I think it's off the script. The Attitude Era mode, correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, you got Rise of the X, Austin 360, Brothers of Destruction, The Great One, Mankind, and The Road to WrestleMania 15. And of course, after that, if we can get them done before my birthday, I would assume that after that, of course, there's actually been a part of me that once, of course, I would of course like to do some of the games I'm getting for my birthday, which, of course, we should expect maybe a birthday haul coming up on the 23rd, possibly in the morning, and then of course a new episode either later that day or possibly the following day. I don't know. Of course, we already got the birthday special set for the SuperAJStylesNick channel. Of course, I'm going to continue asking the question, what has been your favorite walkthrough series so far on this channel? Oh, X-Button time! I'll see you all in the next segment. Alright, let's see what's going on. Alright, so apparently we got a new faction. Drew McIntyre, William Regal, and Wade Barrett. I'm wondering what could be going on here. Because I think Survivor Series is next. As the PLE in the road to WrestleMania. Oh boy. We got a backstage brawl with the Big Show. Yay! Oh boy, this is going to be a fucking chore. Oh, if we have never seen one. I mean, we're about to get so much rage. I mean, about to unleash one already. And if I didn't do it already in the road rage. And so, of course, we need to finish the Big Show off in the garage. So we got to soften him up. Wait. Oh. You let me do the job. Because he's the priority. What are you doing, Wade? Oh, great. Not good. Because now that Wade is out of the picture, which I believe it was supposed to be planned. This could be a pain in the ass. And him reversing could be the proof. And of course, we don't know when is the SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 series going to happen. But I can guarantee you, we could be in for a pain in the ass. Because you don't get a classic. Alright, here we go. Alright, so now we're at Survivor Series as we got Drew McIntyre and Jack Swagger starting us off. Great, we're gonna be in for a rough period. Can we stop the hot attack? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You. Oh great, Jack Swagger for being a reverse spammer. Nothing new, nothing new. Yes! I call it time for a future shock. Damn it! God fucking damn it. He's got a rope break. Damn it. And what's new? I never was spamming. And my god, I'm looking forward to Clash at the Castle already. And of course, even after the events of Backlash, with, of course, The Rock is back, and now he's clamoring for Sami Zayn to sell his soul. Oh. And be The Rock's champion. Then, of course, Randy Orton is our brand new WWE champion, and what's going to happen with the women's mid-card champions on both shows? Now that we have the first champion, Naomi, as the women's Intercontinental champion, and then women's United States champion being Natalya. And then, of course, what's going to happen with the mid-card title division? Of course, now that we are heading towards Solo Sikoa versus Obafema at Clash at the Castle. And, of course, we don't know what's going on with Braun Breaker after a successful title defense against Lexis King. Reverse spammer again. Of course, I don't know how much I got left, because... So what did the objective say again? You say, weaken Jack Swagger in a Bulldog Wheel, and defeat the last remaining opponent in the ring. So meaning we gotta do some damage to soften him up. I might have to pivot and tag in... Well, I don't know if tagging the other participant is going to work. No, I don't think you can tag. I think that is supposed to be saved for a cutscene. Meaning we gotta see more Del Rio reverse spamming. And Del Rio using tactics not to lose. That's just fantastic. Oh, he's back to his feet. Please pip. Nope. You reverse spamming piece of shit. This is not going to be good. And bear in mind, this Drew McIntyre does not have the Claymore kick. I know this has upset many people. Please do not eliminate Drew. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back, because this could be a problem and could get out of control. Alright. So now we gotta finish off shit. We now got the big shit to deal with. What was that? Alright, back. Because, how do we start the match? Because I don't want to wait that much longer. Because we knew, how's it going to end? Alright, let's press that. Alright, so now we gotta finish off Edge in the ring. Alright, so we need to do everything to finish him off. Gotta do more to get the X button to trigger. Okay, maybe not, because he's reverse spamming. Yay! The moment we've been waiting for! I'm gonna wait for him. Oh! So to close out part 1 of the recording, because we're gonna be, of course, we're gonna be doing this in one video. But anyways, here's what we get after the part 1 recording. As of course, I've already unlocked that scene when we did a mini walkthrough. So of course, nothing crazy to talk about over here. But of course, we got Miz entrance attire, which is a t-shirt. Edge, Sheamus in the t-shirt. William Regal in the suit. And I believe that's it. And oh, and do not forget, dashing Cody Rhodes. Before you had his face broken by Rey Mysterio. And of course, I will see you all for part 2 of the recording. Alright, let me fix this camera before we can get back to part 2 of the recording. Alright, so now we got Kofi Kingston. Can we please center the right piece? Okay, I'll be right back. Alright. Now we did a bro kick. Oh boy. Let's end this match already. Just end this already. Yes! Next week. Alright, so now, is this, what is this? It's not a pinfall match, because you can't pin him. Oh great, I'm out of stamina. I don't know what I'm doing now. Nope. I don't know what we are doing. We don't know what I'm doing. The Oh, X button time. Alright, so now we're on SmackDown. The brand we're going to be on when we get to the Triple H section. Well, that's only for the latter stages. As we got Cody Rhodes, we got like a little bit of legacy reunion with Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase. Alright, smashing his head through the wall. And of course, after I'm done with the villain Road to WrestleMania, I'm gonna try in. I think I might want to play a little bit of Deal or No Deal. The banker is back, and no, we are not gonna be I don't think there's story mode in the game. So because of this, a walkthrough series is not gonna happen, unless maybe we could do a video saying if we hit £250,000, the video ends. That could be a decent video to do. That if we hit £250,000, the video ends. And no, and of course, I do have a feeling that Channel 4, I believe, which is where it hosts that version of the Deal or No Deal, the one with Noel Edmonds, which I will still say to this day, even with the reboot in 2023, that no other Deal or No Deals can top Noel Edmonds. If you don't like it, that's the hard truth. And if you don't like it, well then, you're making a problem. Now, of course, this has nothing to do with wrestling. Why are we getting our ass kicked? Stop punching me, Taker. Alright, so now we're going to have a tag team match on SmackDown. And I believe this is where we can only get The Undertaker. Oh. I believe that outside of the ending of the Heroes... Road to WrestleMania at WCW Starrcade, this is the only time you can get The Undertaker. And he just reverse spanned. And of course, we will be seeing some variations of the Attitude Era Undertaker when we do get to the WWE 13 series. Because of course, the one he has on the, I'd say the 2012 model is the Bald Undertaker. But it's very weird considering that it's an attire I don't think he wore. Alright, we're back. So of course it seems that the X button is incoming. Oh wait, this is gonna be a long match. I don't think we can tag out. Great. Yes! We stopped him from making the tag! Yes! X button time! Alright, so we got a 6-person tag match. Of course, we got Layla and I think that's Natalia. And of course, I want to talk about the Hall of Fame. Because it's now being reported that The Undertaker is going to introduce Michelle McCool. Which I would say it's personally an L. Considering that Layla was there. Unless Layla is still going to be at the show. But he will not be introducing Michelle McCool. And The Undertaker is going to do that. I understand they are married together. So it could make sense. But Undertaker instead of Layla, yes, I understand they're married. Which nothing we can really do. And of course, we got... Oh, can we try and do this without getting counted out? Of course, we should expect this to be a pain in the ass in some capacity. Alright, that wasn't as bad as I expected. Alright, so now we're at TLC now. And of course, since I'm using the Wii Classic controller, because I think that's the way to go, because I think the GameCube one could give me a lot of troubles. Cena climbing up the ladder, when he knows that he's not in the right place to do that. Meaning... Because I'd like to hope we get this match at the retirement tour. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Because we know Sheamus and John Cena could be incapable of having a very good match. Well, that sucks, considering John Cena is on the verge of winning. Can we stop him? Yes, we do. You reverse spamming little piece of shit. Get over here. That was not funny whatsoever. And of course, speaking of get over here, Mortal Kombat 11 and Complete Edition could be in the works. I don't know if this will... Well, I'd rather not chant. I mean, you could have just waited until I did a big DI. I believe there's supposed to be an X event, a thing where the X button gets triggered. It could be... As I'm gonna go take a look at these episodes. Well, I can't because A, John Cena's out of the way, has moved out of the way, and the fucking ads. I hate YouTube ads. Alright, so now I'm getting confused. What are we supposed to do? Because do we need to do the moment where the X button gets triggered? And the answer is yes. There's going to be a moment where the X button is going to get triggered. And because I'm surprised there's no tables in the ring. Sorry, that does not speak TLC match. This speaks more of a ladder match. Unless this is for the Wii version. It should be no excuses. I'm sorry. That's an L. You? Oh, no. Okay. Oh my god, exported Tom! I'll see you all in the next segment! Alright, so now we got Sheamus versus John Cena. Which, very nice. And of course, I also want to make this announcement right now about the next episode of Monday Night Raw that the Raw General Manager Adam Pearce had announced there's going to be an 8-man battle royal to determine who will Sami Zayn's next challenger be for the World Heavyweight Championship. And also, we could expect the appearance from the final boss, The Rock, after his return at Backlash. And of course, what is he talking about with the whole I want your soul stuff with Sami Zayn? After he came out after Sami's successful title defense against Kevin Owens. But of course, participants for the Battle Royal will be Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, AJ Styles, Jey Uso, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, and Damian Priest. Of course, Damian Priest and Bronson Reed are making their first appearances on the Raw brand. Sheamus, of course, is making his return for the first time in a few months. AJ Styles is making his Raw return for the first time in a year. And of course, we don't know what's going on with the whole John Cena and Drew McIntyre stuff. Of considering after what happened last week when Drew McIntyre attacked John Cena doing a match with Kevin Owens, causing the match to end in a DQ. Could we be looking at tensions boiling between the two to of course set up a match for a Clash at the Castle? So only time can tell. Alright guys, we're back. So we need to weaken Daniel Bryan. So of course we gotta wait for the X button. Because we know it's gonna need to be... Oh, you fucking bastard. Reverse spammer. We can assume... Alright, so we need to beat Kofi Kingston. Which, can he by chance reverse? Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. Why isn't he pinning? And now it seems though we're getting our ass kicked. We're getting our ass kicked. You reverse spamming piece of shit. Or why? Because you're upset because I say something nasty. That your match with the Viking Raiders does not deserve to be on the WrestleMania card over with the WWE Tag Team Champions, and then of course the Women's Mid-Card Champions. Alright, on to the next week's segment. Alright, so now we gotta finish on Anderson in the ring. And I don't know why I'm bumping into him. And speaking of Sheamus, where the fuck has he been? Oh, cutscene time. Alright, so we're back. I can't get... Alright, now let me do the X. No. Oh, when? Alright, so we're demonstrating on Anderson. You reversing piece of shit. Okay, keep attacking John Cena in the ring. Well, okay. Now I gotta build up all my finishers again. You're not gonna don't think about what you're doing. Yes! Yes! Now bear this in mind, the Wii does not have a trophy guard. I just want to point that out there. Oh, too angry, huh? Good. I'm glad. We actually need to do more work to get Cena to the point the X button is going to trigger. This could be a pain in the ass. Nope. You're so gonna pay for that. Do we gotta do this for every member? If we fail, and if I believe those are painful for both guys if they win. If all three try to pin us. But I'll just skip to what's supposed to happen after this, because I believe it's the Royal Rumble event. Although I don't think so, because I think it's going to be one more Raw before the event. Another stretch muffler. Oh great. Submission holds are an absolute pain in the ass. Because I'm not good at putting up with submission holds in the game. Finally, X-Buddy. Alright, so now we gotta go finish off Triple H in the ring. And we're not doing that because we're getting our ass kicked. And I don't think you can use weapons. But oh boy, I'm ready to beat down Vince McMahon 3.0 because this WrestleMania build has absolutely sucked. And if we don't get something of substance in Las Vegas, then this could be considered, combined with the horrible build, one of the worst WrestleMania seasons of all time. And this is proof that Road Dogg's gotta go. Oh, and he needs to get the fuck off. He needs to get the fuck out of SmackDown creative. He's actually doing the show more harm than good. Case in point, the March 21st episode. There is proof that Road Dogg should have never been rehired. If you wanted someone new for the co-leader of SmackDown's creative team, that should have went to either Paul Heyman or Ryan Ward. But I would say I was leaning towards depending whatever he's doing nowadays. Meaning Paul Heyman would have still continued his on-screen relationship with Roman Reigns and continue to get involved in the main event, in the Night 1 main event with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Alright guys, so now we have a John Cena Sheamus match. What? Alright. Press the X button. Fuck your comeback. Oops. Alright, so now we got William Regal versus Mark Henry. And of course, I believe his model for 2K25 has been leaked. About what is his model going to be for this year's game. And of course, the leaked, I believe that's from What's the Status. And we win. Alright guys, I'm back as I just had both a chicken and ham and a steak pie. And then with some roasties. And then of course I had an apple pie with custard. And it tasted alright. And because I'm not having an arrow yogurt today, because normally, if we do get a cheesecake from a Mazda, then it's Cheesecake Friday, and then the final one on Sunday. So, but of course, after me having the apple pie today, yeah. You. Can we finish? Alright, so we got the X button. Alright, let's trigger it. Alright guys, so now we need to... Now we got another handicap. Well, as if this is something new. Yay! And of course, I'm going to stop at the Elimination Chamber. Considering we are running out of time of part 2's recording. Because right now this is the part 2 recording. But I don't know how is we going to get this to happen. Because WWE is kicking our asses as we speak. Right. Alright, so let's take a look at the reward at the end of this part 2 recording as we got the European Championship. As of course that was the championship that was going on from late, I'd say around the 2K22 all the way until till the latter stages of 2K23 when that was renamed to the Cruiserweight Championship. United Kingdom entrance video and music, Drew McIntyre in a suit, Edge in a t-shirt, and Anderson, Sheamus in a suit, and Wade Barrett in a suit. As I'll see you all on part 3 of the recording, when we could mercifully be done with the villain storyline. As I'll see you all in part 3's recording. Alright, so now we're at the part 3 recording of this. And now we are going to be doing the Elimination Chamber matches. What was that? As of course we're starting off with Sheamus, John Cena. And of course we got Daniel Bryan, Drew McIntyre, The Miz. And I believe the other participant in this match is R-Truth. I believe we gotta do more damage to him until we can get the X button triggered. But before I can get back to that, I need to fix my tripod. What are you doing, John Cena? I think this could result in a game over. Can we actually do it? Look, oh my god. Can we just finish? Eliminate the threat. John Cena, stay away from me. You're not the priority. Oh my god. I hate these multi-man matches because they don't want to do what I need to do. I need to damage The Miz before the next pod comes in. I don't want... If we can't get this done, this is all Cena. Alright, can we do it before John Cena becomes a problem? Alright, so now we gotta do John Cena vs. and Sheamus. Well, I should have never did that bro kick to John Cena now, because now he could be a fun ruiner. Considering I need to get Daniel Bryan damaged before the next participant enters. Oh my god, I hate this shit. Yes, I know if John Cena would stop getting in my way and preventing me from getting the things out. You know what? Get out of my face. And oh my fucking man, I hate this elimination chamber match. Because John Cena could be a fun ruiner to getting this done before the next opponent comes out. I don't want John Cena. I want the man we need to damage. Okay, never mind, because we could be on the verge of the next pod coming out. Alright, can we do it? Where's the Xbox? What are you doing, John? Oh wait, we need to go and down. What are you doing, Cena? Get out of my face. That is supposed to be Bryan Danielson. If I don't get him done, I'm just going to skip towards the next episode of Monday Night Raw, because before things gets out of control even more. Alright, so now we're back. But of course, I'm probably, after we're done with the WWE 13 series for the Wii, I'm probably going to take if we can get it done in time before my birthday, I could more likely start the games I could be getting for my birthday. And of course, right now, the ongoing series. But I mean, oh, cutscene. Alright, so now we gotta defeat John Cena before the next pod comes out. But of course, the games that the series is still ongoing. Well, actually, never mind, because it's cutscene time. It's cutscene time! Alright, so now. We're getting ass kicked. Damn it. Damn it. And now we're getting ass kicked. Not very good. We can't do anything. Can we try and... Alright, let's hit this X button and get to the next week. Wait, why are we going back stage once again? What could be going on this time? So where could they be? Can't find... Oh, maybe it could be cut to... Oh boy, so we need to defeat Drew McIntyre and Wade Barrett in the vending machine. It's not in the vending machine. Vending machine. That's just wonderful. Oh great. Reversal spammer. God. Why did you... Oh god, this is going to be just as worse. Considering... To quote Todd Grimson, from that time Big Show whipped off CM Punk's mask. CM Punk is caught up in no man's land. I guess we can say it now because Because now, how can we beat those guys when they are nothing but reverse spammers? This is not like the current 2K games. Oh my god, just... Right, fuck this shit. Fuck off, Drew. I should be finishing the job against Wade Barrett. Try again. You piece of shit. That was not funny. What? Oh god. This is bad. I hate this match. Can we still finish off Wade Barrett? So, what's that supposed to mean? Fuck you, ad. I hate ads. Okay, so what is it? So we're supposed to say in the right of the vending machine. Alright, please let it be it. Alright, so now we got Sheamus Wade Barrett. Did I forget to turn off Santa? Oh god. Oh god, that was a horrible timing. Yes! Alright, can we end this? Let's see. Huh? Oh, okay, we did it. Alright, we're on the WrestleMania, so now we need to go finish William Regal. I did not want Drew, thank you very much. Let's see. Why are we focusing? Alright, press the X button. Alright, so now we got to go find Drew McIntyre. Where could he be? Pretty sure it's parking lot. Alright, so now we gotta finish Drew McIntyre in the garage. Alright. Finish off Drew in the garage. Alright, so now we gotta chase after the other three. Alright, so now we gotta finish off Wade Barrett. Because I would like to take the time today, thank you all for enjoying this one playthrough video. And of course, we'll be back more likely tomorrow for the Outsider story with Triple H, which we're probably gonna do one of the match in this video. Alright, so now we're gonna do this match and we're gonna end it for this video. Yeah. Oh, well. Alright, we're going to do Sheamus. This is Triple H right now. Bound down to the. Oh, Triple H versus. Triple H is back for payback after what happened at the Royal Rumble when he was attacked by Sheamus moments after he won the Royal Rumble. Sheamus with the reversal. Triple H, oh my god, Triple H is going on full force mode. Here we go. X button time. I'll see you all when we'll take a look at what we got as rewards on the part 3. Alright, so to top it out for the beating the villain story in one playthrough, we get the Outsider story, which I understand it was inevitably going to happen, but that's it. And of course, I do want to run down the unlockables I did get courtesy of Universe Mode. So of course, we got Michelle McCool, Goldust, Demolition Axe and Smash, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, and then for the arenas we have Over the Limit 2010, I believe, Fatal 4-Way 2010, Money in the Bank 2010, Night of Champions 2010, Hell in a Cell 2010, Bragging Rights 2010, Survivor Series 2010, TLC 2010. I think this is tribute to the Troops, whatever year this is. I think it was 2010. I can't freaking remember. Extreme Rules 2011, so I would assume that's NXT, WCW Nitro, and then Starrcade and Clash of the Champions, whatever you want to call it. Then of course we got the World Tag Team Champions, the WWE Light Heavyweight Championship, and then the Classic Intercontinental Championship. Then of course for the entrances we have the John Cena purple attire, the hooded Undertaker entrance, Randy Orton without a beard, which I think it's like, I would say a 2011, I would say around early 2011 Randy Orton, because he didn't grow a beard until April. And then Zack Ryder with a headband. And yes, that does it for this episode. Thanks for watching the Outsiders, for watching the beating the villain story in one playthrough. As I will see you all on the next video, which I don't know if it's going up before the Monday Night Raw post Backlash. But of course, I can guarantee you it's coming. So until then, thanks for watching.